This is the Ielts speaking test simulation. Welcome. Can I start with asking a few things about yourself? What's your name?
Certainly. My name is Robin Sammy.
And are you working or studying at the moment?
I'm studying at the moment. I am trying to complete my Masters in Disability Studies so that one day I can work with special needs children.
And whereabouts do you live?
We live in one of the lovely leafy suburbs of northern Melbourne.
Very nice. Okay, now I'm going to ask you about your neighbourhood. Do you like the neighbourhood that you live in?
Absolutely. We love every part of it, from the leafy green trees all the way down to the beautiful parklands.
And what do you do around there in your free time?
On weekends, my husband and children love to go bike riding, and we'll go bike riding out around some of the parklands and maybe finish off with an ice cream at the end.
What new things would you like in your neighbourhood?
It would be wonderful if they could build an amphitheatre in one of the parklands so that we could have some outside concerts.
And would you prefer to live in another neighbourhood in your town or city?
I'm very happy living where we are now, but some days I wish we were closer to the beach.
Now we'll move on to part 2 of the Ielts speaking test simulation. I'd like you to describe a website you've bought something from. You should say what the website is, what you bought from the website, and how satisfied you were with that website and what you bought, and explain what you liked and disliked about it. You'll have 2 minutes to talk about this topic, and I'll give you a pen and paper so you can take some notes if you need to.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, please tell me about this website that you've chosen.
Certainly. The website I'm going to talk about today is called Ben's Bees. And Ben's Bees is a multifaceted website. And in that website, you have the opportunity to order honey, or perhaps order some books on beekeeping, or maybe some candles. But there is another part of that website as well that is extremely handy for anyone who may need it. And that's for Ben to come out and to collect bees in case you have a beehive on your property and you no longer want it to be there. A couple of weeks ago, it was my parents' wedding anniversary, and I was looking for something for them to have that was a little bit different. I know that my father enjoys having honey on his porridge, so I looked up the Ben's Bees website and found a hamper of honey that I could buy for my parents. One of the things I really enjoyed about the hamper was that I was able to order it on the Monday and then make that final decision and pay for it using PayPal on the Thursday. It was then delivered on time. Highly, highly satisfied with that website, highly satisfied with every aspect of what I have used with Ben's Bees website, and I've recommended them on many different social platforms so that other people can have the opportunity to enjoy Ben's honeys, or perhaps using him to remove some bees. Hopefully, by the time that Ben's Bees becomes one of the bigger companies in the area, they'll be able to provide many more services beyond what they do already.
Ah, excellent. Now we're going to move on to part 3 of the Ielts speaking test simulation. We're going to talk about shopping online. What kinds of things do people in your country often buy from online shops?
In Australia, a lot of people buy clothing online.
And why do you think online shopping has become so popular in many countries?
I believe it's because it's such a global possibility. If you find something in France that you think would look fantastic on you for that party you've got on Saturday night, then you can order it from France and you can have it delivered to you. So you can choose your clothing from all over the world and have it delivered to you, something you can't do in local shops.
And what are some possible disadvantages from shopping online?
Well, of course, if you don't measure up properly, you may end up with something that doesn't fit you or doesn't suit you when it finally arrives. And sometimes you have to pay to have that sent back with postage.
And do you agree that the prices of all goods should be lower on internet shopping sites compared to the shops?
I actually disagree with you there. I believe that the prices should be cheaper in retail stores. That way people are actually going to go to retail stores to purchase some of their clothing rather than online, which is going to keep people in business and keep people employed in Australia.
Do you think that some businesses, example banks and travel agents, will only operate online in the future?
Most likely. If you've got a wonderful idea for a holiday at midnight, you can book it there and then online without having to wait for everyone to wake up the next day and go to the store.
And lastly, will large shopping centres continue to be popular despite the growth of internet shopping?
I'd like to think that they will be. It's a great meeting place and you can wander around and have a look at some fantastic things, often on a day like today in air-conditioned comfort.
Great, well thank you very much for your time, Robin.
Thank you.
This ends our Ielts speaking test simulation.